Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be delving into my SummerSlam 2019 predictions. So if you're new to my channel, please hit the subscription button, tap the notification bell to stay alerted every single time I upload a video, and please follow me on my social media accounts at Valina WWE on Instagram and Twitter. So I am not really that excited about SummerSlam. I know it is dubbed as the second biggest pay-per-view of the year for the WWE product, but I'm just not here for it. You know, if they want to give us lackluster content month after month, they can't really expect us to be that invested, and I'm just not really feeling it. There are a couple of hidden gems that I am excited to be discussing in this video, but WWE has to get their ish together, if you know what I mean, because they're just really on a downward spiral in my opinion. So the first problem is that they're having SummerSlam so early into August. They should push it back August 25th to build up a little bit more for their storylines, but they're just shoving it out there so early into August, which I super disagree with. I think that is very silly. But it just feels very rushed and very forced, and I'm just not here for it. But let's jump into my predictions. So up first, we have The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler. Now, I'm just going to cut to the chase here. The Miz and Dolph Ziggler have a rivaled history, very much closely similar with Sami, Zayn, and Kevin Owens, how they have that crazy rivalry. They always find their way back to each other. But I don't necessarily think that Ziggler is going to face Miz. I think Ziggler is going to face Goldberg. I think The Miz is just a placeholder in this match just to have some secrecy and suspense behind the match. I don't necessarily think Ziggler and Miz are going to wrestle. I think Ziggler is the perfect workhorse for Goldberg to come back and have another final match, because his match with The Undertaker was super subpar. It was so lackluster. His performance was awful, as was The Undertaker's. So if Goldberg truly wants to retire, I think going out against a guy like Ziggler would be the perfect way to do so. You know, Ziggler is a great athlete. He's a workhorse. You can rely on him. He can carry you to a good match, and he can sell like no one's business. So I think Ziggler is the perfect choice to do so. Either way, I think that Ziggler is going to lose here. Next, for the US title, we have AJ Styles going up against Ricochet. Simply put, AJ Styles is going to win here. The club is really hot right now. They just won the tag belts on Raw. So AJ Styles is definitely going to retain here. Do I think the club is going to interfere to help AJ Styles? I believe so, because they still want to make Ricochet look strong, and doing that, you're going to have some interference to help out AJ Styles. So I do believe AJ Styles is going to win. Up next, Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon in a stipulation which is, if Kevin Owens loses, he leaves WWE forever. Of course, Kevin Owens is going to win here. He's so good as a babyface. I cannot stress how incredible he is as a babyface. Shades of Stone Cold Steve Austin circa 2000 vibes. And obviously not as good as Stone Cold, but very good. I mean, he was putting over a lot of underutilized talent a few weeks ago on SmackDown. He's just really good, and I think that he's finally found his niche. It's been a couple years where Owens hasn't really been utilized that well, but I think now he's starting to be booked good again. I mean, he did beat Drew McIntyre clean, which kills me because I'm a huge Drew McIntyre mark, and I think that Drew McIntyre is somebody who deserves so much better. But I think that Shane McMahon needs to stop being on every single pay-per-view. He needs to stop being overexposed every 5 seconds. We see him day in, day out. I'm so sick of the Shane show. Bye. Kevin Owens has to win here, obviously. Up next, in a Legends versus Legends match, we have Trish Stratus versus Charlotte Flair. This match I'm actually super excited about the most. I love Trish Stratus. I grew up loving the Divas era, which I will film a separate video on soon. And I think Charlotte Flair is incredible. She is, you know, the modern day legend of the women's division. And I'm excited for this match. I think it's kind of like a passing of the torch match, which you don't really need for Charlotte, because Charlotte is, you know, a legend in her own right. Let's be honest. Trish Stratus, I have a ton of respect for. You know, she came in the business as a fitness model, She was going to be a doctor, and WWE gave her a chance. She ended up really flourishing. You know, she went and got her training after being in the company for a couple years, and she really trained. She wanted to do better, and she did great for that time period. So I think that this match is going to be okay. I think it's going to be decent. I think Charlotte can carry Trish to a good match. You know, Trish is older. She's in her mid-40s, so you got to think about that. Look at this match with an open mind. I really hope it's good. I really respect Trish. She's done a lot for the business. She's a great, outstanding person. And I just hope the match is good. If this is going to be Trish's final match, which is kind of my pet peeve, I'm going to do a little bit of a sidebar here. Whenever these legends say that that's going to be their final match, it never ends up actually following through as their final match. So that's something to think about. I hope it's Trish's final match because I just feel like I want her to wrestle in a good match where she could still compete at a good level. You know, I don't want her to be 55 years old and she could barely go in the ring. You know, I want her to go out on a good note, and who better than Charlotte Flair, you know? So I definitely think Charlotte Flair is going to win here, and I just hope that they bring out a great match within each other because I really have high hopes for this match. I think it's going to be the hidden gem on the SummerSlam card. Up next, Finn Balor versus the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. I'm so excited about this alter ego Bray Wyatt character, the Fiend. I think that Bray Wyatt has to win here super quickly because it has to establish the Fiend character as being dominant, aggressive, and merciless. And you know, defeating Balor pretty quickly really is setting the standard of the Fiend character. I think he's going to start pummeling through competition, and going against Balor right away and defeating him, wow. I think Bray Wyatt as the Fiend character, he's going to go places. I think he's going to skyrocket up into that main event in the next coming months. I'm very excited to see what happens with the Fiend character. Up next, Bayley versus Ember Moon for the SmackDown Women's Championship. So here I'm a little bit, I keep going back and forth. I'm a little torn because Ember Moon, I think, would be a much better champion. I think she's a much better athlete than Bayley by far, by a landslide. But I actually see Bayley retaining here, and here's why. 2 words, Sasha Banks. Sasha, girl, whatever you're going through, I hope you can get through it. I hope you can come back at SummerSlam because the women's division needs you, boo. It needs you. Bayley versus Sasha is what we want, and I want Sasha Banks to win the title. So honestly, I want Sasha to come back to interfere in the Bayley match, maybe even after the match, whatever. I just want the feud of Bayley versus Sasha. But if Sasha doesn't come back, I 100% want Ember Moon to win here. I would love to see like Ember Moon versus Sonya Deville, or even Ember Moon versus Mandy Rose. The options are limitless. The WWE Championship, we have Kofi Kingston going up against Randy Orton. So with this match basically, the premise of this match is from a decade ago when Kofi Kingston botched a move against Randy Orton, and Orton kept calling him stupid, 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 you know, and he essentially got Kofi Kingston buried backstage, and his push was awful since then, you know, up until the New Day started. You know, he started building momentum, but it wasn't until 2019 when Kofi finally got his pushback because the fans wanted it, you know, and Kofi has to win. Orton needs to lose this match so Kofi can really look like the ultimate hero and babyface that we love and deserve. So Kofi Kingston is going to win here for sure. For the Raw Women's Championship, we have Becky Lynch going up against Natalya. Becky Lynch's star is fading, but I don't think Natalya is going to be the heel to take the title off of Becky. I think Becky still has a little bit of shelf life left. Becky and Lacey didn't really have an amazing feud. It was okay, but it wasn't that great. I definitely don't see Natty defeating Becky here. I definitely see Becky retaining. I'm not quite sure who's going to take the title from Becky. There needs to be more stronger women on the Raw roster. Maybe Ronda comes back soon. I don't know. But I definitely don't see Natalya defeating Becky Lynch here. I don't. Becky Lynch for the win. And for the WWE Universal title, we have Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. Either way, I don't care about this match at all. Seth Rollins is an awful champion. Even though he's a fighting champion, he's still very stale as a babyface. And y'all know how I feel about Brock Lesnar. I'm not even going to get into it. So I quickly wanted to go off of potential matches. Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan is set to be a big marquee match. That's going to be surprised this week on SmackDown. So I'm excited for that. I think that's going to be an amazing hidden gem of a match. Sami Zayn versus Alistair Black is going to be incredible. I'm going to go with Alistair Black, of course. I think that's going to be another hidden gem. Also, I quickly wanted to touch on the Iconics because a lot of people are saying, you know, they're not utilized, which they aren't. They're never featured, and it's pissing me the fuck off. The Iconics versus Fire and Desire, which is Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, versus the Kabuki Warriors, Kairi Sane and Asuka. I think that this is going to be a potential pre-show match, which is awful, but I definitely want the Iconics to retain just to shut the naysayers up. I think that would be everything. So yeah, so that's my SummerSlam 2019 predictions. The card not really doing much for me. There's a couple of hidden gems in there that I'm excited for. I'm very excited for Trish and Charlotte. I think it's going to deliver really well. Sami Zayn versus Alistair Black is going to be an amazing match. So there are a couple of matches that I'm looking forward to, but as a whole, I'm still kind of bleh with the product. So let me know what you guys are looking forward to in the comment section down below. Give me your predictions. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell to be alerted every single upload, and follow me on social media at ValenaWWE on Instagram and Twitter. I love you guys. I'll be back soon with a new video. Bye.